Today I am pleased to speak to members of the Saab family about one of the most momentous events in the 40-year history of Saab. On Friday, December 15, at a joint press conference held in Stockholm, Saab-Scania AB and the General Motors Corporation announced a far-reaching joint venture that brings with it the formation of the world's newest automobile company, Saab Automobile AB. Headquartered in Trollhättan, Sweden, this alliance is a 50-50 partnership between Saab-Scania AB's car division and General Motors Europe, part of the world's largest business entity, the General Motors Corporation. This new joint venture ensures that Saab automobiles will remain competitive internationally through the 1990s and beyond. It also ensures that the integrity and very special characteristics that have meant Saab over the past 4 decades will continue and will be further developed. The agreement between Saab and GM should be seen as one more step, albeit a giant step, in the continuous 40-year growth and development of Saab, one of the world's most innovative producers of specialized automobiles. Saab launched the turbocharging wave at the beginning of the 80s, a development that has swept the Western automotive world. We developed and introduced the Saab 9000 family, one of the world's truly significant automobiles, with its combination of performance, that I prefer to call fun to drive, along with enormous carrying capacity, comfort, and astonishing safety. We have a new manufacturing plant at Malmo with Saab's team assembly approach to building automobiles, and a new engine factory at Södertälje that is now producing our remarkable 2.3-liter 16-valve engine with balanced shafts and Saab's revolutionary direct ignition system. Now, those of you who read the British or European motor magazines know that this new Saab engine, already on sale on several European markets, has had nothing but rave reports from the automotive press, and will have it here in the United States within months. This new engine promises good things for Saab dealers and good things for Saab owners. And, as always, anything that's good for Saab dealers and good for Saab owners is good for everyone working within the worldwide Saab organization. To give you some insight into the spirit of our new partnership with General Motors, I'd like to show you a brief film clip from the December 15, 1989 press conference in Stockholm, Sweden.
I'm of course extremely happy to announce that General Motors and Saab-Scania have signed 2 agreements signifying that we are launching joint ventures in the passenger car and engineering businesses. I'm also happy to announce that Hughes Aircraft, a company in the General Motors Corporation, and Saab-Scania will establish working relationships on defense-related projects. It's a privilege to have General Motors as a partner, and I can assure all of you here that by pooling our resources, the Saab Automobile Company and its business can now meet the future with great confidence. I'm now very pleased to introduce Mr. Jack Smith.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am especially pleased to be here in Stockholm today to discuss with you the future cooperation between General Motors and one of the most renowned Swedish and European companies. Mr. Gustafsson has already told you about the main points of the future cooperation between Saab and General Motors. Before we get into your questions, let me please just take a minute to tell you a little bit about the spirit of this cooperation as we perceive it. As many of you already know, General Motors has been deeply involved in the European auto industry over the last 60 years. We are a global company, but in Europe, we feel and act as Europeans. Even today, Vauxhall in the United Kingdom has a British image, and Opel is considered as a traditional German product developed by German engineers. I am mentioning this as a means of clearly stating that we regard the Swedish and European identity of Saab as an important asset that we want to maintain and cultivate. We may be the largest company in the world, but we know that in this business, it is not quantity, but quality that counts. This new company will allow General Motors to more fully participate in the upper end of the car market and appeal to a broader spectrum of luxury car buyers, and to make available additional capacity to assemble General Motors Europe cars. We believe that the combined resources of Saab-Scania and General Motors in these new ventures will result in products that are more than competitive in the 90s, and I believe we have tremendous potential. Thank you very much for your attention. I am pleased that we are today beginning a new chapter of international cooperation, which will intensify in Sweden and the United States, as well as our own dedication to Europe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Saab-Scania and General Motors have signed agreements to join forces in the car business in order to increase our competitiveness for the 90s and beyond. A new jointly owned Swedish company, Saab Automobile AB, will create the conditions for developing and strengthening the Saab brand and Saab business. We have also decided to cooperate in the field of automotive electronics, an area which will play a predominant role in the development of new car generations. The business concept for this cooperation is the complementarity of our two companies. By cooperating in areas such as product development and manufacture, it will be possible for Saab-Scania and GM to pool resources and achieve economies of scale, as well as to increase volume and profits. Cooperation with GM will allow Saab Automobile AB to acquire the resources needed to challenge the growing competition in the international marketplace. Saab Automobile AB will be responsible for further developing the Saab 900 and the Saab 9000 operations. It will also be responsible for successively launching during the 90s new and broader product programs in different market segments for exclusive cars. A new third top-of-the-line car will be developed. The engine program will be extended with high-performance six-cylinder engines for the most exclusive models. This signifies that the various Saab product lines can broaden the market coverage substantially for Saab and offer new choices to the Saab car population of 1.3 million customers as well as potential buyers. For Saab dealers, the Saab car franchise will become one of the most attractive franchises in the upper segments. It is intended that Saab should have an exclusive and independent sales network with the potential to expand further. An expanded Saab car program will maintain and strengthen the distinctive image of Saab cars as technologically advanced and exclusive quality product. In addition to the Saab product range, the available car production capacity in Sweden and Finland will also be utilized to assemble GM cars. Production increases will thus take place at existing facilities in Sweden and Finland. Saab Automobile AB will therefore launch an extensive investment program concerning product development, production and marketing. I'm very satisfied not only with our automobile cooperation, but also with the fact that huge aircraft company of GM and Saab missiles of Saab-Scania will start cooperation. I think that this cooperation will prove to be of great importance in the future. Let me conclude by saying life is getting tougher every day. Higher costs, for example, of product development demand increasing volumes and resources. Therefore, we are convinced that the best way we can defend and expand our industry in Sweden is through extensive international cooperation. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sure you can sense the excitement in Stockholm that Friday morning. The 50-50 joint venture between Saab and General Motors is marvelous good news for all members of the Saab family. Whether Saab dealers and their employees or Saab owners, or those of us working directly for Saab. It's truly unique in that it is a 50-50 partnership. I can mention that Opel in Germany and both Vauxhall and Lotus in Great Britain are wholly owned by GM. Especially for those of us within the Saab organization, I am sure that the significance of giant General Motors striking an equal partnership with a company the size of Saab speaks for itself. As the world's automobile industry becomes increasingly competitive and more threatening to smaller producers, this equal partnership with GM, the soul of Saab, those special characteristics that have always set Saab apart from the crowd. Saab automobiles will continue to be designed and developed by Saab engineers, will be built in Saab factories by Saab workers, will continue to be brought to the United States by Saab, and here in this country will continue to be sold exclusively through Saab dealers. As we look to the future, there can be no question that Saab will be much more competitive on the world market as a result of the partnership with General Motors. While the full impact will not be felt for some time, several years in most areas of our business, the joint venture brings major benefits to both partners. I can mention shared engineering and development costs, and economies of scale in purchasing production materials and components from outside suppliers. We'll have an exchange of technology between the two parent companies, both world leaders in high technology, and we'll have the possibility of sharing certain major components where the integrity and basic character of the automobile is not a critical factor. This new partnership obviously allows full utilization of the production capacity at Saab's factories in Sweden and Finland. It also is of great significance that Saab-Scania AB now has comprehensive agreements with General Motors Corporation in a number of other fields. GM is Saab's risk-sharing partner through its Allison division in the Saab 2000 airliner program. Concurrent with the establishment of Saab Automobile AB, the two corporations will form a jointly owned electronics company, Saab-Scania Automotive Electronics AB, with Saab-Scania as majority owner and GM as minority shareholder. And there also is a broad agreement with GM's Hughes Aircraft Division for the joint development, manufacture, and marketing of a wide range of products in the fields of defense and robotics. As I mentioned earlier, it will be some time before we feel the full impact of the joint venture automobile company and these other activities. Meanwhile, we'll continue to concentrate on the Saab 9000 and with their well-earned reputations for performance, remarkable carrying capacity, comfort, and perhaps above all in the minds of many Saab owners, safety. Let me remind you that today Saab is one of the very few automobile producers that offers both active safety with our ABS anti-lock brake system and passive safety with our supplemental restraint system, including driver's side airbag, as standard equipment across the entire model line. Our new partnership with General Motors marks the beginning of an exciting chapter in the 40-year history of Saab automobiles, a story that surely will prove even more interesting as we enter into the 1990s. I would like to close by reading a telefax I sent to the president of Saab-Scania AB, George Carnson, on the morning of December 15, giving my reaction to the news about our new partnership. Dear George, I am not pleased by the GM deal. I'm totally ecstatic. You can count on us to carry the message to our dealers and work like hell to make things happen. Thank you, and heartiest congratulations from me and everyone here on your U.S. team. Your interest and enthusiasm has put us where we are today, and I know you share my excitement as we look to tomorrow.